So Manchester United aren't done when it comes to the overhaul of the recruitment setup, and more changes are coming. Not exactly what you want to hear during the summer transfer window, I get that, but let me explain the positives about this, the concerns, and what it actually means for United's recruitment department, which we all know needs to be 100 times better. We all know that Manchester United's recruitment team needs to improve. It's halfway through the summer. Why are United hiring a head of recruitment during the summer? Well, they're not. I've seen some mad reactions to this, so here's actually what the news was that was broken yesterday about United making a senior hire in the recruitment team, exactly what they're going to do. I don't have any names yet because, well, we haven't been told any, but I'll explain what it actually means and how it's part of the process which has already started. And it's actually something that won't even affect this summer. Anyway, I'll try my best. Please do drop a like on the video if you do enjoy it. Now, you remember 10 days ago, I think, on this channel, I did this video. Well, I ran through all the data and the info on United's restructured recruitment department, which is needed because it's been crap. And I was talking about United removing, I think, going down from 100 scouts to 10 scouts and the shift towards data, which is so overdue because it's so modern and United have been years behind it. And then we got the confirmation, surprising confirmation, from David Ornstein that Man United are appointing a head of senior recruitment. I'll be honest, the fact that the role is called head of senior recruitment has probably fueled the frustration because that, and what do you mean United are hiring a head of senior recruitment halfway through the summer? So imagine that probably a lot of the angers just come from that. But simply by reading and finding out exactly what that head of senior recruitment does, you'd probably change your perspective and you'd probably go, actually, yeah, that sounds like a good thing. I think so by the end of this video. Let's read it. United are searching for a head of senior recruitment, a new role overseeing senior scouts as part of their overhaul of that department. United will also have regional heads of emerging talent across the main talent pools globally, and the appointments are all part of modernising the scouting network. That bit there, a head of senior recruitment, a new role overseeing scouts. Let me just zoom out a little bit on that. That's better. This is not a head of recruitment role. It's effectively a head scout. It's just, I think the fact that David Ornstein has worded it as head of senior recruitment, which is clearly what he's being told is the role by Manchester United, is causing a little bit of confusion. It's not anything more than that, right? You've got Chris Favell, who's already our director of global recruitment. And go a little bit further in this article, and then you'll actually see exactly what this person is going to be doing, right? United plan to retain significant human scouting and analytical capabilities, and that bit there, particularly focused on emerging talent. I think that's the interesting part, right? I'm going to go down. I'll speak about who Sportsology are and why that's interesting, I suppose. But this role here is going to be about focusing on emerging talent. And that directly feeds into this strategy change that we spoke about at the start of last summer about United shifting towards signing younger players. And it's something that I've been going on about. I don't want to sign Adam Wharton when he's 75 mil or Carlos Baleba when he's 80 mil. I want to sign them when they're 20 mil. And all of a sudden, after a year of development, they're a 75 mil player. We need to find those players. Well, the players. We need to find those players. That's how you create a sustainable transfer policy. Bingo. All of this feeds into it. This hire feeds into it. And effectively, we're signing a new head scout. A new head scout who's going to be in charge of finding emerging talents, which is what Chris Favell has already started. Sekou Kone, I think we were already scouting him with the Under-17s World Cup, but then he came in and we got that deal done. Diego Leon's a perfect example. Now, I think the interesting part, going back to this as well, saying that United plan to retain a significant human scouting and analytical capability. I think more the human scouting part. Because when you think about data, right? And it is a massive part of the modern game. You think about what Chris Favell does as director of global recruitment. I think data will help you a lot with senior players. But when it comes to being able to spot those emerging talents, although data will be able to maybe help you find Diego Leon because he did top quite a few charts, you're going to need that eye, that human touch when it comes to spotting 14, 15, 16-year-olds, maybe when data hasn't applied to them yet. Do you know what I mean when I'm saying that? I think I understand what I mean. Of course, United have just announced Enzo Canabiak as well. Somebody who we spotted was going to be a free transfer from Le Havre. We signed him. He's going to go on loan to Lausanne. Good. Right. But Sportsology, that's the interesting second part down there, right? Sportsology is going to be supporting United on senior hires. Who are they and what do they do? Right, Sportsology, they're effectively a consultancy firm. And you can see the list of clubs and sporting institutions that they've worked with here, right? San Francisco 49ers, Inter Miami, Dallas Mavericks, FC Cincinnati, LA Rams, Ineos. I don't really know where in Ineos. I tried to do a little bit of research. I couldn't find exactly where. LAFC, don't know who you are. Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Wizards, and loads of American NBA and NFL teams have worked with Sportsology before. This is effectively United saying that we don't have the capability of finding this person in-house. There's no one internally that we're promoting for this role. Dave Brailsford was involved in getting Dan Ashworth in. That didn't work out, did it? This is effectively saying we don't have the expertise required to find said head of senior recruitment. Can you help us find it? But I think people losing their marbles over this aren't really looking at it properly. This is not an appointment which has any effect really on this summer. It's basically a new head scout that's going to be leading a reformed and a massively reduced scouting department. 100 scouts, I think, down to 10. Chris Favell is the director of recruitment. He's in charge of all of it. It's not even the top dog. It's somebody who's going to be reporting into him. So actually, it's quite a positive appointment. And if you think about the time scale, Chris Favell, I think, was made director of recruitment in February officially. And then there was a second round of redundancies and more people left. And now we've got the new appointment. So it's all still part of that process, which Wilcox and which Barada have done. And I think it's just the fact that this announcement there from David Ornstein has come at a time when we're all waiting on the bloody Mbumo deal. Where's our signings? Where's the sales? What's going on? No recruitment. Oh, great. You're hiring a head of senior recruitment? Fantastic. We're having a crap summer. That's why people got annoyed. But actually, it's more of an appointment that affects scouting for emerging talent than it does affect what midfielder are we going to sign after Mbumo? What striker are we going after? Because that, you might not believe it, but that strategy was already decided this summer. We went after Cunha, we went after Delap, then we've gone after Mbumo. Whoever we sign this summer is not going to be affected by whoever this head of senior recruitment is. And we've got absolutely no idea who it's going to be because there are no names involved. I suppose it could do some research, but then you kind of be trying to find a needle in a haystack because there's going to be plenty of people who could do that job. But that's it explained, right? That's the truth behind it. It's a positive thing. It doesn't actually really affect this summer. And it's just part of United modernising the strategy, which we've spoken about at depth. And this is the next part of it. All right? It's all about emerging talent, really. Let me know what you think in the comments.